I come on a little bit early because I was going to come outside, kind of get set up for this. But I thought maybe I'll just go live now, show you some of the things I'm doing before I go live. So today, kind of all day, we have this real winter mix happening, kind of this wet snow. Now it's a little colder, it's just regular snow, but very little snowflakes. But anyway, just enough to cause some trouble here, but I figured we'd get this tent set up and do a live from there. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So I got my light in here. Get this set up. Let's see if you see here. All right, there I got my wood stove. And what I need to do on this is, in a different video, I put a piece of insulated material, glued it to the roof here, but I still need to make a hole for that pipe. So for that stove pipe. So I figured at the beginning of this video, I'll just do that. I don't know if I can. Anyway, you'll have to bear with me a little bit. I won't be able to answer comments on that for a bit until I kind of get set up. And just trying to see if I can get a better camera angle here of everything happening. Yeah, there's the wood stove there at the top of it anyway. I'm just going to get some rubber gloves out to handle all those pipes because they're all pretty dirty. Right now I got these insulated overalls on that I just got, and it's kind of like having a coat for the lower half of my body here. Kind of nice on a wet, cold day like today. Yeah, so this stove here, I got all my stove pipes. I got all my stove pipes inside of it, so just gotta empty out all those. Excuse all the noise. So this is the pipe that it's going to go through the roof here. I'll start off by stacking a couple of these on here. Adjust the angle of this. Now, like I say, I gotta cut a hole through that roof, roughly the size of that. Brought a knife in my pocket here for that. This pocket. All right. Now, not for the faint of heart here. Surprisingly easy to cut through this. My other tent, I remember it was much more difficult to cut through it. There we go. Pull up to the roof there. Perfect. All right, shove a pipe through there. On top. I'm going to go outside and put this pipe on, the last pipe. They're bringing a small table, so I'll need that. And I'll bring in a chair. All right, now what I want to do, get a fire going in that wood stove. Maybe what I'll do, I'll start off, I'll get a little bit of charcoal and a charcoal starter, or a fire starter. Okay, got a little charcoal from my at-work sister, Maggie. And of course I got an instant fire cup I'll use. Now I'll put my instant fire cup in there. And I'm gonna go get a few wood splits from my wood pile, just to have in here. Okay. There, got a few pieces of wood in there. Let's close this door back a little bit so the exhaust goes outside. Figure out the best position here for me. See some of that snow falling down out there. Okay. Now I'm gonna run in the house, get a beverage. I'll probably get a blanket for this chair and let it warm up a little bit in here. Again, just setting up the tent outside for this kind of weather. So I'm not right on my camera every time here, but I'll be right back. Right, my iPad, beer glass, beer, and I just need a blanket. All right. Always nice to have a chair blanket. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Get set up here. All right, like I was saying, it's I thought I'd show some of the prep work that goes into one of my live streams ahead of going live here. So just still kind of figuring out my setup here. And in no time it's gonna get pretty toasty warm in here. That's what I like about the this tent setup and these flaps. You can see I got just the window to outside. Okay, now that I got my iPad set up here, I can see I got a few people in the chat here. My good buddy Wayne from Tavern 53. Good evening, Wayne. Nice to see you here. Got my friend Lewis. Lewis, you've been in a video, you've been in the tent before. And Yeah, nice to see you here, Lewis. And Wayne, perfect day for a tent and a stove, that's for sure. Yeah, this cold dampness is like just so cold, it's finger numbing. And a meal. Just watched this winter's tent fishing shelter review from a month ago. Pretty easy setup. Now I want one too. Laugh out loud. Yes, it is a pretty easy setup. I didn't show this setup on video tonight. I actually put this up before the sun went down while there was still daylight, because I was debating on whether or not I want to do a video in the tent. But like I say, this weather the way it is and that, and I have the tent and I got the wood stove, I thought, you know what, maybe I'll set it up. Then I thought, why don't I just show my setup on video? That might be kind of cool too. So anyway, that's what I did. Getting caught up here, catching my breath. Anyway, little camera adjustment here and there. Well, I'll show you that wood stove. The fire's going pretty good in there now. Got some nice heat coming off of there. Very relaxing. So I still got to kind of figure out my setup. The thing is, it's a little early for me to set this up and leave it up for a while. So I'll probably take this down tomorrow or whenever the weather kind of dries up. I usually put this up in like January and for the worst weeks of the year. But yeah, thanks Lewis, got a nice fire going. And Lewis reminds me, my last year's tent setup, Lewis came over and we had a couple beers and we did some grilled cheese over the wood stove. We put some nice slices of brisket in there. Man, that was a good day. Harold, good evening. That looks, take a nice tent. Yeah, it is a nice tent. This is a new one this year, so I'm kind of gonna put it through the works like I did with my other tent. I was kind of noticing when I was cutting through the roof for that pipe tonight, just how easy the fabric tore on this one. I remember my last tent, it was actually pretty hard to cut that roof. The material was pretty thick. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I bought it cheap enough, and but it's a good size, works for me. Kind of anxious to give it a little run and see how everything goes. But yeah, so another thing. Yeah, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put all this wood and everything. I like to have my iPad here so I can see the chat. Emil's asking, are you in a zone of that freezing cold front that's coming down later this week? Tell you the truth, I didn't see the forecast past like today. I knew this winter mix was coming, and my Sunday evening live might be a bit of a challenge. So I considered putting up this tent, which I decided I did, or I would do. And yeah, we'll just sit back and relax. I'm not sure what's going to come later this week, but I'm in the lower part of southern Ontario. So yeah. What kind of beer is that? Yes. So I picked up this beer. It's from Lake of Bays Brewing. It's got a hazy pale ale, and then these two say mystery beer number 1, mystery beer number 2, and I believe it comes with a pair of socks. So I thought that might be kind of fun to open and find out together just what kind of beer is a mystery beer? I was just wondering that myself. Yes. So Wayne's anxious for me to open this as well. So let's get her open and see what the mystery beer is here. Spam flavor beer. Yeah, that would be something. Well, first comes first thing here. Oh, we got it. I'm going to love this. Pair of socks from Lake of Bays. Lake of Bays Brewing. Let's take a look here. Nice. Wear these as hand warmers. There we go. Feel nice and comfy. Oh, got some nice grippiness on the bottom there, some writing. Lake of Bays. That's kind of cool. I like stuff like this. Oop, dropping my logs here. I guess, you know what? Since he fell off the table, maybe he wants to go in the fire. Yeah. Okay. Now for these mystery beers here. Mystery Beer 2. Mystery Beer 1. And as advertised, the Hazy Pale Ale. What's this? Vote for your favorite. May the best beer win. Oh, I got a voting card here. Choose between mystery beer number 1 and number 2. That's kind of cool. Of course, you're going to find out first before I tell them what one. Okay, so like I say, the pale ale we'll put over here. So it's going to be between mystery beer number 1, mystery beer number 2. I love how it says like just mystery beer 1, mystery beer 2. That's kind of cool. Trying to see if there's any hint of what kind of beer it might be. It's just telling me what kind of hops is in it. So this one, all natural, partially filtered. Malts, Pilsner, Munich. Hops, Halberstow, traditional. And this one, all natural, partially filtered. This one says 12 IBU. This one says 6 IBU. Malts, 2-row pale, chocolate wheat flaked stout. Hops, Magnum. All right, well, we got some homework to do here and see. I thought I was just going to drink one of these, but looks like I'm going to have to try both of them here on the camera here. Laugh out loud, the best ballot we could ever ask for. Yep, scan it with your phone. Takes you right to where you need to be. Of course, a nice crack of that beer. Ooh, this is a dark one. That's really dark, really frothy. All right, here we go. I'm getting a chocolate flavor as soon as I bring it to my mouth. Very little bitterness. Very smooth, but it almost has like a creamy feel to it. Almost like a chocolate milk. Yeah, it's very good. Very different. Sounds good, looks good. Yep, this is a good one. It actually reminds me of Walkerville Brewery has a chocolate milk stout. It's very similar to this. Very tasty. Yeah, that's very good. It's not very heavy. Don't let the dark color fool you. Yeah, very good. Well, that's mystery beer number 1. I might just go get another glass and have them side by side. Because, yeah, this is interesting. Now my curiosity's like going here. I'll be right back. Why'd I put my chair right at the door? All right, another glass. Ooh, it's getting pretty warm in here now. I'm gonna move these logs. Too smoky in here. All right. Maybe I'll move this table. Feel a little crowded here. I don't want my beer to get too warm from the fire. There. Now we're talking. A little adjustment. Yeah, I got a little smoke in here from the fire. All right, so mystery beer number 1. Got our pale ale over here. Mystery beer number 2. Now on to mystery beer number 2. I feel like I gotta lower the camera a bit. Sorry. All right. By the way, it's starting to get quite warm in here. Well, this one's quite opposite. Very light. Very frothy. Look at all the fizzies in there. Much more clear. Like a light golden color. We'll let the bubbles settle down a little bit. Have another taste of this. I think this is a chocolate milk stout. Even tastes like milk chocolate. Very good. Perfect Christmas beer. The beer sauna, yes. All right, here goes mystery beer number 2. Not smelling anything too up front. It's got a flavor that I'm trying to put my finger on. It's more bitter than the first one. I want to say, even though the first one's so dark, this one's actually lighter on the palate than this one. Yeah, it's more bitter. I want to say it's got like a pine flavor or something. Yeah, there's something maybe like a pineapple. There's a slight sweetness to it. It's not a citrus note. It's not mango. Yeah, I want to say it's more of a pine flavor. Okay. Well, out of the mystery beer, number 1, number 2, I think this one wins, hands down. Very, very tasty. Yeah, this is a very nice beer. Don't get me wrong, I'll still drink the other one, but oh, I can't launch it. No, can't launch a beer can in here. Just toss it. Oh, we got my buddy Tom, the Sunday dinner chef. Hey Greg, look very cold up yonder. Yeah, we're hovering around the freezing mark. We're probably just above freezing. We got this wintry mix going on, so it's like a wetter snow, and not much of the snow sticking anything, but it's enough to make it uncomfortable. But I'm telling you, I'm in my tent in the backyard, and I got my wood stove going here, and it's getting quite warm. Quickly show you got a nice fire going in there. It's quite hot on there. Could probably make a nice grilled cheese on that. Tell you, I'm gonna take these overalls off because it's that warm. That's a nice thing about taking off dressing in layers. You can always take them off. There we are. Very nice. I think the jacket's got to go too. It's quite warm. There we are. Oh, that feels better. Should have wore a short sleeve shirt. That makes a difference. Yes, it does. So, take this darker beer here. That's very tasty. I might even just have to open the door here. It's quite warm. Yeah, you see this wintry mix happening here. Everything, especially when the tent gets warm, everything just melts off the roof. So, yeah, Sunday Dinner Chef, I saw your latest video. You made that 20-minute chicken noodle soup. Just stuff you got kicking from the freezer. Very nice and handy, you know. Nothing goes to waste. On a day like today, soup's pretty good. Don't overheat, drink faster, yes. Hydrate, need to stay hydrated. I'll tell you the truth, I got another door behind the camera here. I'm gonna open that door, try to get a bit of a breeze through here. I'm telling you, it's quite warm. Ah, there, that feels better. Instantly, I feel the cool air coming across me here. Very nice. First you complain it's too cold, then you complain it's too hot. So this week I trying to think, I did a couple of cooks there that I didn't have on video. I did some chicken breasts on a new pellet grill I got, and that was quite good. I'm just, before I kind of share everything, I want to figure out temperatures, duration, and try to get the best outcome out of what I'm cooking before I share it on video. But yeah, that was a good, nice cook. I did a beef stew. That was a few days back. I think last Sunday. Did that on the Kamado in a big cast iron pot, and used a chuck roast, and had a few steps to that. But that would be a good one to share as well. Nice hearty meal. You know, I love the one pot meals. We did a another beef roast. Did that today actually. That was a nice cook, but I'm trying to figure out the best way of doing that. I think I want to try it on a rotisserie, but I'm not sure what grill to use, either the kettle or the Masterbuilt. But that would be a nice cook to do. But again, just trying to figure out timing and stuff like that, because I am cooking this and making dinner with it, so don't want people, you know, waiting for their food and sorry, a couple more hours. Of course, I got that new pellet grill. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. Kind of waiting for a nice day when I can unbox it, kind of go through, have a good look at it, do a first burn on it, and kind of let you see what how it works and everything. I think it's going to be a nice versatile grill. I mean, it's a pellet grill, but it can be, looks like it can be like carried around like a big suitcase, and for tailgating or if you're on a trip somewhere. And I believe it comes with a power inverter that will hook to your battery, which I think is pretty cool. So if we're in a situation where we rent a cottage or something, or we drive down to the beach by that cottage, we can hook the thing to, I'm thinking, to the car battery, and do a nice cook like that. That would be pretty relaxing. You know, watch the sun go down over the water and have something on the grill. But yeah, be pretty good. Of course, that's a Traeger grill. I don't own a Traeger yet. But yeah, Traeger Trailhead, it's called. I believe in my last live stream I was talking about it, and someone said it might be a Ranger, but it's called a Trailhead. So I guess there's a difference between the two. I don't know yet. Again, I didn't unbox it yet. But yeah. So if you're just tuning in, we got kind of a wintry mix happening outside. So I got the backyard tent set up, and during this live stream I just kind of, well, I had the tent set up before I started filming. I did that before the sun went down, but I got my wood stove out, cut a hole in the roof for the pipe, and he got a fire going in it. Now it's just got a roaring nice fire. It's actually quite nice. I'm getting a lot of heat off of this stove. A little cool breeze here over my shoulder. I got the door open behind the camera there. It actually feels quite nice. Yeah, this is quite comfortable. It actually reminds me of a kid when you build a fort with your buddies out, wherever. And now I'm just kind of hanging out in a fort. Very cool. So, I wonder, did the Lions win? Last I checked, they were winning. I know we got football on Sundays, but it's only considered football when the Lions are playing, I believe. Actually, I got this set up pretty good. I mean, fairly quick. I'm surprised just how quickly that fire warmed this up in here. I don't remember what time I started. I think it was about 7 o'clock. It's just over 7:30 right now. Lions won. Woo! Yeah. So that's why you're watching. Hey, Lewis, the game's over. Cheers, Lewis. Your team won. Yeah, so what else I got going on right now? Let's see here. Usually I like to go through and talk about some of my videos. Laugh out loud. Cheers, Greg. Yeah, I've been enjoying these lives, actually. It's just a good way to get in touch with, it's probably all subscribers, or it would be subscribers watching, so it's kind of neat. Yeah, I had the beef dino rib video. Those were so darn good. I'm telling you, that was a nice cook. When I cut those open, and I got the camera out, and I just wanted to see just how juicy they were. I'm holding the camera, and I just kind of pushed on there. And when I seen all those fat pockets, just liquid coming, wow. I felt so good. And then the flavor on it was just amazing. That was a nice cook. Yep, we got, of course, videos with my brother Dan there where we smoke a cigar. That's always fun. I'm going to have to get Dan, make arrangements with him for another day. I think we're due for a cigar. Of course, we got to wait for, I have to wait for nice weather. Dan doesn't care what the weather's like. Yeah, chicken quarters on the pellet grill. That was good. Yeah, so there's some things coming up. I'm anxious to, like I say, to get that new pellet grill, the Traeger Trailhead going. I think that'll be an interesting one to have. And the versatility of that, if I'm able to plug that to a car battery, man, that just expands where you can cook. Like, it would be too heavy to carry anyway without a vehicle, so chances are if you're bringing it anywhere you're gonna have your vehicle. So yeah. Dwayne's saying, not really sure if you want to smoke a cigar in there. No, I learned that lesson the hard way. I would never smoke a cigar in here. It's got to be outdoors, and I blow that smoke away from me. Yep. I'm not a well-seasoned cigar smoker, that's for sure. But I do enjoy it once in a while. Well, and it's always nice to have my brother Dan over. Yeah, so Wayne, I mentioned I got this portable pellet grill. We could probably throw some spam on there, right? Do something with that. No drum roll either. No, no, no drum roll for that one. So Wayne over at Tavern 53, Tavern 53 YouTube channel. Gotta check it out. He's got usually got a few special guests on there and talk about different topics, and usually ends up going to barbecue. And he's got this thing. He's a newer channel, so, and I'm on there pretty frequently actually. I just enjoy cracking open beer and chatting with everybody. But he has got this thing when he reaches 100 subscribers. He's going to come to my house, and probably whoever on the panel wants to come over, get a bunch of guys over here, and we're going to cook that spam, and we're going to do probably a couple different recipes, and Wayne's going to eat that spam. So yeah, we got to help him get some subscribers. I'll have to have him on one week as well. He has me on his show all the time. He's saying thank you and a thumbs up. Yep, always a good time. I love a good spam over the fire. Yeah, spam. I'm trying to get. I tried it a couple times, and I'm trying to get my palate. Trying to figure out what the best way to cook it. I even tried deep frying it, and that really changed the texture, made it crispy, and it was a really nice bite, but I just found it extremely salty. So if I were to do that, I'd probably cut it in even smaller pieces, and I would mix it with something like potatoes or something to really cut that salt. Maybe even something sweet. If you did like a sweet glaze, or like you would for like a pork belly burn ends or something like that. Like treat it kind of like that. I'm thinking that might be really good. I know I've seen people smoke it. Getting a smoke flavor would be good, but I'm really thinking you need something else to cut that salt. I mean, smoke and salt is okay, because you think of like a smoked fish, and it's got that salty brine on it, and that's pretty good. But again, spam's more pork, and I'm thinking sweet. Maybe like a fried spam dipped in chocolate. Anyway, good thing Wayne's the one eating it, so. Partially freeze, shred it, and mix it with hash browns. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know what? Mix it with hash browns, then crack an egg and put it over top. I bet you that might be quite good because of the saltiness in it. But you really got to fry it to get the texture. To me, you got to get that Maillard reaction and that crispy edge on the spam itself when it's mixed with the hash browns. I'm thinking that would be really good. We just might come up with something that a lot of people would like to eat. For sure, yes. That's good stuff. Well, mystery beer number 1, done. On to mystery beer number 2. Maybe a second tasting here will help me get my finger on what the flavors are in this. This one's a little more difficult. I mean, chocolate, milk chocolate. I mean, you can taste that. Yeah, it's not a lemon, it's not a citrus. It's more bitter than, it's not a mint. You know, some flavors are hard to put your finger on without having a suggestion, like banana or maple. To me, those are two flavors that are really difficult to peg down unless you're really thinking about it. Yeah, it could just be the hops in this. I don't know. I keep going to that kind of pine flavor, like a pine tree. Hmm. Yes, Lewis is saying, yes, crispy edge is a must. So, Lewis, it sounds like you got some experience with the spam. You might want to get in on this spam cook. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Yep. Thanks for joining, Wayne. Really appreciate you having you here, and we'll see you probably next on your show. See you Thursday. Yeah, Lewis, you'd probably like the Tavern 53 show. Have to get in on some of those chats. We were talking conspiracy theories a couple weeks ago, and this week we were talking how early do people put up their Christmas decorations. Of course, the conversation always steers toward barbecue, and we start talking about spam cooks. I don't know. So, yeah, and I didn't see the extended forecast of what it's going to happen this week. I thought it'd be fun to open these mystery beers today. Gonna have to vote on which one. Of course, I'm thinking that now I forget which was which. Yeah, the number one, the chocolate milk stout. To me, very good. At least that's what I think it is, in my professional opinion. I'll check it out. Love conspiracy theories. Yeah, yeah. You'd like that. There's no filter on that show. It's kind of nice. Well, now I get the fire's really getting nice in here. Got some nice coal bed happening. I like having the door of the wood stove just open enough so I can see the flames. It's quite soothing. But of course, you go through those stages where the fire is just roaring and you get all this heat coming off. And then as things are calming down, of course, the heat calms down. And then you're back to shutting the doors. And when it's like, it's quite comfortable when it's like 40 below outside and you're in here in your t-shirt and just a thin wall separating you from just frigid conditions. It's kind of cool. But another good thing, or when you do have a rip roaring fire on there, you can get a cast iron pan on there and you could probably cook just about anything on that. And it's quite nice. But picture you having the burner of your stove on full and you're sitting right by it. Like, gets quite warm. So we're like, I don't know, like somebody was saying, like 7 weeks away from Christmas. Maybe even sooner now. It's this. I just find this year is just flying by. I've been making arrangements to have different people on with me for these lives, but I find this kind of weather is unpredictable. So this is one of those setups where I want to get out there, set the tent up, get the stove, figure out how long it takes me to get set up like this, and if the weather's really bad, can I do a live? Because I don't want to make arrangements with another YouTuber or somebody to do a live and then the the weather's just too difficult. Because I do like to be outside when I'm doing these. I mean, I could probably do it from the house, from my desk or something, but it's always nice to be outside. I don't know. Be in touch with the elements. Well, I was a little bit earlier today. I normally go on at 8 p.m., but we're not quite 8 now, and probably gonna look at wrapping this up because I just run out of things to talk about. There's not too much action in the chat right now, but I appreciate everybody chiming in and having a little chat and kind of touching base. And yeah, always fun. I'll probably do a video or two this week. I'll let you know. Well, you'll see it here on the channel, and we'll keep you updated. But always nice to have everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.